Dan Ullman, Mike Beer, the DRF Bets race of the day for Thursday, August the 29th. Race number 9 at Saratoga. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Mellon turf, and it's the $100,000 P.G. Johnson Stakes for 2-year-old fillies. You can bet the race and the nice card at the spa with a DRF Bets account. Sign up, grab that $100 in deposit match at drf.com/bet. Here's the field for the P.G. Johnson. You can download free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them and handicap along with us. We'll take the field in post position order, beginning with the number 1, Lucky Jingle, who enjoyed a good trip in her career debut, but I think was just in against an experienced horse in Sweet Melania, who had a big edge on her getting away to an easy lead that day. Lucky Jingle rebounded second out with a little drop in class, shipping down to Laurel, and I would think that Rajiv's going to send from the inside post.
Yeah, he's got to use his rail draw to his advantage here with a filly who's got tactical speed. He's got to come out running and see if she can just land the right kind of trip in here, because I do think she has to improve again to beat this field, Dan. Her debut was fine. She got a good trip. She was no match. I'm not sure that she beat the greatest field in the world last time, where they just put her on the front. And she managed to stay clear in a race where there was no closing going on. I think she's got to do better than that.
Formulator fact for trainer Graham Motion and Lucky Jingle. Past 5 years, 2-year-old last out maiden winners in turf routes. 4 for 16, a $2.60 return on investment. The 2 is Sunset Promise. We know Michael Maker claims horses, moves them up, especially on the turf, turns them into stakes horses. He took this filly for $50,000 out of her debut on dirt, immediately switched her to the turf. The improvement has been noticeable. She couldn't have gotten an easier trip last time out, just getting away to a nice easy lead against an inferior field at Gulfstream. But I do like the way she finished that race off, drifting a little bit greenly in the stretch, but she showed in her second lifetime start that she doesn't need the lead to win, and I would expect she's going to move forward with this extra distance.
I mean, I don't really have anything to add to that. I think since Maker claimed her, she's run well in both of her turf starts. She closed ground sprinting in the first one. They put her right on the front last time. I'm with you. I like the way she finished it off. I know that she got an easy lead and they didn't go fast early, but she put in a pretty nice run through the stretch.
Ginseng is the number 3. Brad Cox, Javier Castellano, debut winner for this daughter of Tiznow at Indiana Grand. Formulator fact, very good. Past 4 years, 2-year-old last out maiden winners on turf, 50% winners, 328 ROI. This filly showed good tactical speed in her debut to get right into the race, got a good trip, and finished it off.
Yeah, I mean, she did. It's funny when you watch her debut. I mean, she just sat. The horse that finished, Lady Elsa, was the pace setter. She was almost 100-1 in that race. Ginseng just sat behind her, walked by her on the second turn, and won very easily. I gotta believe this is going to be tougher for her.
The 4 is Appurate, one of 2 in here for trainer Todd Pletcher. This horse stretched out in her most recent start, her turf debut, and she prompted Morning Gold, the favorite in that race, all the way around the racetrack. Just couldn't get to Morning Gold. This seems like, again, a difficult spot. She's got the fig. That 70 buyer from the last race puts her in the mix. But something tells me that she's going to have to improve, especially if she wants to be close to the pace.
Yeah, the figure from her last race does suggest that she can go with these horses. So we'll see. I don't know. The thing with her turf debut is, and I didn't think she ran great. That Morning Gold seems like she might be pretty good to me. So maybe she just faced a really good horse and she was second best, and she doesn't face anybody like that in here. But we'll see. I wouldn't take too short a price on this horse.
And we'll take a look at the Timeform U.S. pace projector for this race. Appurate they have sitting sort of tied for third with Ginseng. We are expecting the pace to be fast. Lucky Jingle from the rail, Sweet Melania on the outside. They're expected to be setting things up, perhaps setting things up for a closer or mid-pack runner like the 5, Lively Kitten. This is the only one in this race with 2 lifetime victories. She scored most recently at Laurel in her turf debut. No surprise she took to the turf, being by Kitten's Joy, and she showed the ability to rate 2 starts back. She's going to have to rate because they're not going 49 in here.
Yeah, exactly. She'll be off the pace this time, and we'll just see if she can improve. I appreciate the fact that she's won twice and that she's won on turf and dirt. Did not care for the way she was drifting through the stretch when she won last time. I mean, she was drifting way out.
Cristal, a daughter of first crop stallion Palace Malice. Boy, that was a tough DQ. 41-1 in her career debut. She caught a very highly regarded Chad Brown horse in that race, Sketches of Spain. Cristal, I thought, ran really well. She was moving strongly in the stretch. She got taken down. You can make the argument that if she just moves forward off that race and gets the pace that Timeform US is expecting, she is a very dangerous contender, but you're not getting 41-1 again.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a little bit of the problem. I guess she was still enough of an unknown first time out, and she got in with two Chad Brown horses, so they just totally dismissed her. But she ran really well in that race, and now you know that she fits in races like this. She lost her maiden win via disqualification. That's very unfortunate. She's going to be very tough in this race, I think, based on her debut.
English Breeze scored first time out against New York breds for David Donk. Now, Donk usually doesn't have them ready and cranked first time out. He likes to take his time. This horse looked good. Just blew away that field in the lanes. Got a nice pedigree being by English Channel. This dam was a multiple stakes placed horse. And again, the pace figures to work to this filly's advantage. And I wouldn't be surprised if she takes a big leap from a buyer perspective in her second lifetime start. That's normal improvement.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, too. It'll be interesting to see what she does as Donk gets a little confident with her here and moves her out of the state bred ranks into an open stakes race. But she ran really well first time out. You know, the good thing about her debut, too, besides the fact that she came wide and finished, was she was very keen early in that race. And Manny Franco had to take a big hold of her just to get her to settle down. And once she did, she really ran. I think she fits with these horses.
Sweet Melania completes this field as the morning line favorite. We have a formulator fact for Todd Pletcher. Past few years, 2-year-old last out maiden winners in non-graded stake turf routes. 5 for 11, 8 of 11 on the board, a $4 and change return on investment. That being said, she had the advantage in that turf route earlier in the meet. Morning Gold, Lucky Jingle. These were horses that did not have the experience of Sweet Melania. And then you consider the trip that Sweet Melania got. I mean, they were just walking 25-3, 52. No surprise she was able to sprint on home. Even her old stablemate in this race has speed. She's probably going to have to sit off. I'm surprised Timeform US has her on the lead.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I suppose if Ortiz just sends her, maybe she can make the front, but I don't think they want to do that. So we'll see if she can get another soft trip here. Yeah, I don't know what to say about her, Dan. I didn't like her as a dirt horse. You told me when they switched her over on opening weekend that she was going to win that race. I didn't believe you. You were right. It cost me at the end. She's a very short price on the morning line. I cannot bet her as the favorite in this race.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the P.G. Johnson, because I tend to agree. I don't want Sweet Melania again at a short price. We'll look for a little bit of value. Sunset Promise is going to have to improve off her last race because, like Sweet Melania, she had everything her own way. I do think she's a bit unexposed, though, for Michael Maker. I do think she can sit from off of the pace, and I do like the way she finished off that last race. She's got to be a price in here.
I agree with you. That's a horse I want to use. I put Donk's horse, English Breeze, on top. I think that I liked her debut just fine, and I think she could catch a pace in this race and come running at the end. I went 7, 2, and 6. I'm not against Cristal, but she's going to be one of the favorites in this race. I'm definitely going to use that horse. I'm just not going to bet her to win.
7-2-6 for Mike, 2-4-6-8 for me, and you can play this race with a DRF Bets account. Sign up with a DRF Bets new account, drf.com/bet. Grab $100 in deposit matches. Approximate post time for the PG Johnson is 5:18 Eastern. Best of luck.